Hi, good morning, and welcome to day 11 of your 14 days reset. So, today I thought I'm going to talk to you guys about emotions. You've been wondering, Kai, you have talked a lot about emotions during this reset. And yes, there is a reason why we're doing that. A lot of people think that when we're actually doing a detox program, that it's very physical and it's just concerning this physical, tangible body. But what happens is when we start to allow ourselves to consciously detox the physical stuff, you will find that inevitably it's going to roll up the emotions that you have not been willing to look at. It's just like the same gunk that you've kind of let stuck inside your intestinal walls. Yes, if you've not heard me talk about that before, our body has not been able to clean out a lot of the gunk because of the large amount of food that we've been putting in our system. So there's usually a lining in our intestinal walls of years of deposits that's creating inflammation inside of us, which is why we are getting sick so easily. Okay, so a detoxification process is when we allow our body to actually slowly break down those residual buildup. On a very similar note, what happens is on the emotional body, what we tend to do is we tend to, shove away emotions that we don't like to feel. Most of us have kind of grown up in an environment where our parents, whoever is our caretaker when we're growing up, would have told us, okay, that don't be petty, don't be sad. There's nothing to be sad about. You're a girl. Why should you be getting angry? So we grew up with that kind of environment or learning that emotions are not meant to be felt. So if I feel something arise within me, it is not good because someone told me I shouldn't be feeling it or I cannot feel it. So I've always had this very unconscious understanding that emotions should be avoided. So just like physical gunk that actually stays in the intestinal tract, emotional gunk stays in the cellular body, trapped in different muscle groups, different organs, and the energy that actually gets stored in there and it begins to weigh us down as people. So when we go into any sort of detoxification and reset, what we're intentionally doing is signaling to the body, I am ready to let go of some things. So sometimes you might not realize consciously that that's what you begin to allow. And when emotion starts to come out, I have heard people tell me, why am I so angry during the reset period? Or why am I feeling so sad? Everything feels so sad to me. Okay, stuff starts to surface and we're so afraid to feel feelings. We're in a society where we process feelings, which means that I would rather think about the feelings than to feel the feelings. And feelings are very powerful because all that they are just energies that need to go through the system. Just like if you put a kettle of hot water to boil, there's a pent-up energy that goes in there. So a kettle is made with a sprout that actually allows the steam to exit. If imagine that I lit it up and I actually do not allow the steam to come out, it's going to build up into an explosion, which is why we get people getting into places where they have an outburst and people don't know why, that somebody has lost their mind or suddenly break into such heavy anger or frustration or suddenly dip into state of depression. So emotions can create that. And again, I want you to think about little kids. When we have little children and we observe them, before we put any kind of constraints and boundaries on them, if the child fell down, the child would have yelled and cried Imagine that we never went there and tried to do the whole, oh, hush, hush, you're a little boy. Why should you be crying about this? If we did do that, the little kid would have sat there and cried his heart out or her heart out. And when they're finally exhausted and drained, as you sit there and allow them the safety to cry it out, they cry their hearts out. And then they come to a place of peace. And they have totally processed the emotion. That actually, in the world of coaching, we actually call it metabolizing emotions. Emotions are purely energy. When metabolized, disappears. But when we don't feel our feelings, it's going to eat us up and it's going to weigh us down. It's going to stop us unconsciously from doing things. So today we are going to, let me take a quick look, deal with the fear of feeling emotions. The statement we're going to use is, I let go and allow. Okay. And I want you to know that you're going to be safe. Your body isn't going to go suddenly into a riot, okay? Everything is with safety in mind. So you're going to use a statement, and interestingly, the oil that we're going to be using is Panaway. So often we think that Panaway is just to get rid of physical pain, right? But Panaway actually is also a blend to process and allow the transmission and the let go of emotional pain. The place we're going to apply this is, they call the fascia points. I'm going to show you where is it. So look at my body. So this is the bottom of my body. If I was draw a line across, so right here, these 2 points, okay, they are our fascia alarm points, okay? So I'm gonna get some of this Panaway. I mean, since we're at it, I'm gonna put some oils in it. I've been at the gym, okay? So that area actually does feel a little bit sore. When you're sitting down, it's probably the area that folds your legs and your torso. So you can just, I like to use my thumb and actually, like right now, just like that, hold on to that position. Feet flat on the ground. And then I'm just gonna allow myself to get into a still place. And allow myself to tell myself, I let go and allow. And if you want to be specific, and if you know what you're looking at, it could be, I let go and allow anger, or I let go and allow sadness, or I let go and then allow fear, or jealousy, or envy, if there are conscious thoughts that are surfacing up for you. And if it's not, when you repeatedly create this routine, hopefully you train yourself, you train your emotional body to have permission to process what's coming up. I'd love for you to make comments in the box today. If there are any emotions that you have been particularly feeling in the recent 14 days, during this 14 days reset, or some of you who are just coming in here for the emotional understanding of how to use oils, tell me some 3 a little bit more negative emotions that seems to keep repeating itself in the last 3 months for you. Okay, what I can do, can't promise they'll be super fast, but I'll use this book and I'll help you look into the emotion, possibly what other oils you could use in the alarm point. Okay, so but you got to comment in the box below here. Okay, so today, let it be a day of allowing. You are safe. It is okay to feel your feelings. I will see you and talk again tomorrow.